product photography for TPT. Now, on Teachers Pay Teachers, when you're uploading a product, there's all sorts of things that you're already having to worry about. You're having to worry about uploading a cover image with words that everybody can read so that everyone knows what your product is. You're having to think about using thumbnails that really highlight your product. You're having to create a preview. Sometimes you're having to create a video preview. If you're really wanting to up more sales, you're having to write a killer product description. And so there's lots of things that could potentially fall to the wayside, like actually doing product photography. Now, when I say product photography, I mean actually taking photos of your products like in action or on a white, poster board, so that they get to actually see what it looks like when they print it out. Or maybe it's a digital activity. You can still use product photography to make it stand out and actually look like what it could look like to them. And so in today's video, we're going to be talking all about product photography for Teachers Pay Teachers products. For those who don't know me or are new to this channel, my name is Rainey Barton. I am an elementary music teacher and a musical theater middle school teacher, but I am also a teacherpreneur productivity mentor for teacherpreneurs. And I help them master their time and energy while scaling their business so that they can break up with busy, ditch the hustle and grind, and stop sacrificing their mental health. And so I created this channel to help give you all sorts of productivity and time management tips and tricks, while also giving you teacher seller tips so that you can be the best teacher seller you can be and stop wasting time so you can work less and make more. So if that is something that interests you, be sure to like, subscribe, share this channel, and new videos come out every Sunday and Wednesday. But let's get back to what we're actually talking about today, which is product photography. So I'm going to talk about the importance of product photography. We're going to talk about how I actually do product photography because I actually have a product that needs to be photographed like today. It's up on TPT, but with stock images of my products because I didn't have time to make this the other day. And so this is a great example. I'm going to walk you through my actual photo process, how I edit my photos, and what type of photos I take, and my process with all my tools and equipment and everything. So that hopefully by the end of this, you can start to figure out how you can use product photography in your teacher seller business. Before we show anything, let's just briefly talk about the importance of product photography when it comes to Teachers Pay Teachers. So maybe for you, when you go to look at products, let's say that there was someone who had actually taken the time to print out their worksheets that they were using. And you could actually see in real time what the worksheets were going to look like when you printed them out, and everything going to look really awesome. And then another person just had a picture of the worksheets on the screen. Maybe you wouldn't care and you would go with either of them. But me personally, I would probably go with the one that had printed them out already because I'm going to want to know that they actually look like what they look like. Because sometimes when you print things, they come across different than what you're expecting. And so for me personally, I like product photography. I also like to see when I can tell that it's actually like being used in a classroom, whether or not they have pens in the mock-up, or they have pencils, or like different things. Like I've seen people like me, I've done this before, where they're doing a recorder for music, a recorder lesson, and they actually have a recorder in the product photography so that you actually see a real live instrument. And I just think that's really great. I think product photography step up the game, and they make you more advanced and they level you up. And so if you're wanting to make sure that your products are like on fire and that anyone that sees them goes, wow, they really took a lot of time and effort into this, then you need to schedule product photography time into your upload process. And yes, it's going to take more time. And yes, you're not going to want to do it all the time, which is why sometimes I just skip it. But this is a perfect example that we're going to have fun making this so you can see it. But product photography is really important. It really does level up the game, and it just makes your photos look, and your previews and your covers and your thumbnails, that much more consistent and high quality. So now I'm going to show you my setup, and so you're not going to see my face anymore for now. I'm going to show you the exact tools that I'm using, and then I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing during this process so that you can see like how I do this and all of that, and then we'll keep going from there. So when I'm filming, this is the setup, or doing product photography, this is the setup I have. I first print out anything that I need, which these are daily agenda music slides that I'm doing product photography for, and I have a bunch of different copies of them. And so typically this is just used on your computer, but it's still good to be able to print it out so everyone can see. So first I print out my products. Then I have this nice giant white poster board, which thank God for two sides because my son did that to the other side the other day. And so I have this nice white poster board so that it has a nice background. And then I also use markers, which are in this tub right here. So let me open it up, move my rusty boombox. I have a bunch of markers, highlighters, and things just so that I can add those into the shot. And then the most important thing, other two things, is I use this whenever I want to just lock my phone into the stand and take photos from above. So that's super awesome. It's a desk one. It attaches. I will link all of my products in my video underneath here. And then the most important one is the ring light. So I have an adjustable ring light that actually like flips out like this. So that all I have to do is take my photos from above and this is what it will look like. And it has the perfect lighting. So I definitely recommend this ring light. It was pricey, but I bought it on Prime Day. And so it was only 120, no, it was 70 when I bought it. It's normally 120. I will link it down below because it's pretty great. It's very tall, adjustable. It sits behind there all the time. That's what I actually film with as well, because if you look, it has the little phone holder. And so that's what actually holds my videos or my phone while I'm filming. And so these are all the tools that I use. And so next, we're just going to start to make some product photos. Now it's time to take pictures of the products, but I actually use my phone for that. So I'm going to set up my iPad so that you can see a little bit of what I'm doing in the background, and I'll film myself on my iPad while I get to work on this, and then we'll check back in afterwards. I finished with my product photography. It actually came out really, really well. So next I'm going to show you everything that I do from start to finish to editing these photos and getting them ready for TPT. So I'm going to make this a screen recording on Zoom with my iPhone. So once I've taken all of the product photos that I need, here's where I go next. I go into my photos. And so I have the photos that I took, which I don't actually have to take that many. I recommend taking a lot if you need to, but I've been doing this enough now that I know what shots I wanted for this. And so I know what I'm going to be doing. And so I take all of my photos, and the first thing I do is, of course, I edit and crop them all so that they are where I need to be. So I'm just going to go do that really quickly. And then when I'm done, let's just do one example if it'll let me. Okay. So I'm going to edit this one. And you know, sometimes the boxes get annoying. Okay, I'm going to do that with all of them. And then once I'm done with all of these, then we will come back and we'll talk about what I do after I edit these. Okay, so I've finished all of these so that they all look super nice and they're looking of good quality. So the next thing I do is I batch edit them. Now, I discovered this wonderful app that does it all at once, and I believe it's called a Color Story, but I'm also going to show you how I used to do it using Lightroom, but let's go over how I do it now. So I'm going to go to Color Story. This app is free. I believe it costs if you want to like have all of the filters available, but I don't need all the filters. So I press new, and then I'm going to select the photos that I need. I'm just going to edit all of them. And then you click batch edit up here, and I'm going to click all the photos that I just did and click batch edit at the bottom. And then it's going to load. And so it's going to show me this on one photo, but it's going to do the same exact thing to every photo. Now, I do know that there is some way on here to save the settings that you've done before. I don't remember at this exact moment, but I know what I do, so it doesn't really matter. I go to filters, and then I go to basics, and I go to pop. And then that's going to make it a lot brighter, but I'm going to fix that after the fact. So then I'm going to go back, and we're going to go to adjust, and we're going to go to brightness, and we're going to play around with that, see what I want. Now I want it a little bit darker like that. And then we're going to go to vibrance, and really, you see how this gets rid of the vibrance. This spices it up. This is what we want. And then we're going to click. I also look at temperature just to see like what I want, but that one looks pretty the same. Okay. Then we're going to click the arrow at the top, and it's going to just save. And then it saved all of my photos to my camera roll. So here's an old photo. And look at that. Do you see the better clarity and brightness and colors? Like the pens pop out and the reds pop out compared to this. That's not bad, but that's not this. That's a lot better. So that's a really great way to batch edit on here. Color Story. And if we go back to Color Story, let me go back and like X out of all of this. If it'll let me. Okay, let me just open the app again, because you know, sometimes apps are weird. So if you do this, let's just pick two photos. Okay. Let's batch edit these two. Yeah. So look, there's all different things that you can do. There are tons of filters that you can use. Some are locked. If you see this plus sign, it means you have to buy them in order to use it. I believe you can also do is favorites available. It doesn't say. But yeah, there's effects. Like you could do a disco theme if you really want, which apparently those are not available. So I don't pay for this app because the things that I need, I don't have to pay for, but it's really, really simple to use. And the batch edit button is the best. And you can have folders in here. So I really, really love that. I want to also show how I used to edit using Lightroom because that's what I did before this. And so what I would do is I go into Lightroom, which Lightroom is free. Any filters that you want to use, you have to buy. And so I would go into here and I would go from my camera roll, and let's go to my old photos, and I'm just going to pick all of them and add. Okay. And I added them into the wrong folder, but it's okay. Whatever. Okay. So then I'm going to select all the photos I want to edit. Oh, it didn't work. Actually, I can't remember how exactly I do this because it's been a minute. Okay. But I use presets. Now, I have user presets. I have bought preset packs before. And so my presets are basically like when a person like edits a photo a certain way and they like how it came out and they save those settings. That's what presets are. And so I buy them from specific people. The one I always use is this one called Blue because it makes all of the colors pop out. And so once I've done that, then I can go in and I go to the lighting section and I decide on like the exposure setting I want. And then I also would go to color and I would like balance out the temperature that I'm going for, which I really like that. And the vibrance. So I like to play around with that, which I really like how this one is right here. And then I just go up here and export to camera roll. And then it does the exact same thing. So it's right here. So there it is. All right, voila, looks really good as well. Now with Lightroom, you do have to buy presets. You can buy presets on Etsy. You can buy them from like Instagram people. I will put down below in the video description the ones that I used, but I really love using this for editing. It's really, really nice. I've edited other products on here before and they all look super good. But that's basically in a pinch how I edit my videos and whatnot, or photos and whatnot. All right, I just finished editing my photos and getting them to what I want to be. So here is my new cover image where you can actually see the product photography. And then here are the 16 different background schemes for me to use. I show all of them right here so they can briefly see it. And it allows you and your music students to know what's coming next in music class, and it lets you see a little bit better what they look like. And then comes with pre-filled title templates as well as blank templates. It comes in both PowerPoint and Google Slides, totally editable. And these are the 4 that I'm going to upload right now to TPT. Now here's what it looked like before, and honestly, I think that looks fine. It has some mock-up. It's basically the same exact thing. Like, I think this looks fine. However, I just like the idea of having the product photography photos. I think they're a little bit better, and so I'm going to swap all of these out. And so I'm going to X all of these out. And I'm just going to add mine, which I titled, let's see, here's cover image. Here's thumbnail 1, thumbnail 2, and thumbnail 3. And then I'm going to wait for them to upload. Any second now. And then I'm going to press upload. Here we go, here we go. All right, and then I'm going to press submit. And any second now, it'll be submitted. And voila, so much better. I just love this. It lets them really see everything. And yeah, I think it looks great. Now, I will say, what I probably will do for next time is it looks like these ones are still a little bit bright. Like, I would like to turn down the vibrancy in this just so that they pop a little bit more because they're looking a little pale on here. But I still think this looks great. And I have the preview, which the preview shows them every single slide so they know exactly what they're getting. I don't do product photography for previews. And then I also have this video preview where it actually goes through every single slide and shows them exactly what they are getting. So that's the importance of product photography. All right, I hope this video was super helpful for you and that you were able to like get a little insight into how you could do TPT product photography for your own Teachers Pay Teacher store, or why you should start doing it if you've never done it before today. So I'm going to link all the tools and things that I've used down here, including Color Story and Lightroom and all my filters and presets and all of those things. So definitely be sure to check them out down below. If you have any further questions on like taking product photography and like what you should do and all of that, then definitely let me know in the comments down below. You can also just message me about any other videos that you want to see in the future. But for now, that's all we're going to cover in today's video. I hope if you liked it, you like, subscribe, share with your friends and family and other teacherpreneurs so that they can get their product photography game on. All right. I'm going to do this to one more. I also made winter music agenda slides, so I'm going to go and do the same exact process for that, and I will catch with you guys later. Bye.